laugh first before we say anything else. I love this laugh. So, hey, it's Elizabeth. I'm here with Sarah. How the hell do you even say your second last name?
I just answered a hey. It's
hey,
Robinson.
Hey,
but it looks like Robeson, but
right.
It is Robinson.
Oh, no okay, so I've been mispronouncing your name forever. Anytime I say your name, I've said it wrong.
It doesn't matter. I answer to whatever.
Okay, so we're here. It's the Naked Truth. I'm super excited to be here with Sarah, who I can't believe has never been on the show before. What's up with that?
Bad planning.
Bad planning.
Just kidding.
Well, you look super cute, and you are you're like my Veda partner. I think we're probably the only ones who've done it like every day.
Every day, yes, I think so.
Woohoo! And you looked really cute on your Veda video today.
Thank you. So
how's your week going?
Good. Just busy. Just survival mode. That's where I'm at. Just sticking to the same old. How about your week?
It was okay. I ran out of gas today on the freeway. That was good.
How do you run? I've only done that once in my life, and I was in college, and I called my dad, who was an hour away, crying, and he said, "What do you want me to do?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
Well, the last time it happened to me, it happened because I didn't have money for gas.
Oh.
So, I mean, it was a long time ago. This time, I have been driving my mom's car when she wasn't here, and I had filled her car up. Oh, hello, Dale Cooper. I guess we have another guest on. But so in my head, I was like, I have a full tank of gas. Even though my car says you need gas, I wasn't thinking that because I just put gas in a car. And so on the freeway, so I called AAA and they came and saved me. And I have to say, AAA is more fun when you're not 400 pounds.
Well, I was going to ask if you got numbers, if they hit on you.
Well, I didn't want numbers, but they're so much nicer because that is like the second time in the last couple months that I've used AAA. And let me tell you, they used to like want to see my card and my driver's license, everything. Now they don't care. They're just like, okay, here, how can I help you? Sorry, cat, you gotta go.
That's so weird to me.
It is very weird. It is very weird. But
because I don't think I have noticed those differences. I mean, I don't know. That is weird though. It's nice, a good weird.
Sorry, the cat has decided that he really wants to participate.
Yeah, and he doesn't. Yeah, don't even know the cat.
So, okay, so I want to jump into community celebrations really quickly. What do we got? Jamie Jones. She became a certified CXWORX instructor. I'm not totally sure what that is. It's a fitness thing, I'm sure, because she builds it on fitness. And so congratulations to her. And also, Jamie, make a video. Like, I haven't seen you in a long time. I want to see what's going on with you. Gretchen and CCVSG and Amy Blankenship all celebrated their 18-month surgiversary.
Aww.
So I don't know how that happened because it just seems like Amy had surgery like yesterday. Sarah wants to celebrate being on the Naked Truth.
Yay! That's a good one. I like that one.
It is. Carly Golightly got a surgery date, September 21st. So congratulations to her. Esther Royas, she is celebrating getting to a weight she hasn't seen since the beginning of her second pregnancy 39 months ago on her pre-op diet. She has surgery this week in Tijuana. So congratulations, Esther. Esther, do you live near here? Tijuana's not that far from me. I like typically pick people up at the airport when they're going to Tijuana. It's not going to happen this week because probably you're already here because you're having surgery this week. And I'm going to South America. But do you live near here? Let me know. Oh God, Scotty is just being a smart ass because I get really irritated because on his video, he always talks about getting to goal in 33 weeks. Did you get to goal in 33 weeks, Sarah?
No.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. No.
He's like, did I mention 33 weeks? And I said, did I mention bite me? Shauna Elliott goes to her first orientation session on Monday to start the process to revise from lap band to RNY.
I totally didn't know she was doing that.
I didn't either.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Precious, who finally, I don't know why it took me so long to do this week, because Precious has called me and texted me several times, but I didn't put her in my phone. So every time she calls me or texts me, I'm like, who is this? Who's sending me this really nice message? But she is down 100 pounds since her surgery on October 19th.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Awesome. She looks incredible. Colleen Benyon is in Wonderland. She's down 110 pounds.
Awesome.
Gretchen wants to celebrate my mom being out of jail. Yeah, that's a whole other story if you don't know about that. But we'll celebrate that. And I was going to actually go to her house and do a video with her today, but she's not feeling well today. She has been really nauseous and throwing up all day, so we did not do that. Lauren Dayton had her 3-year surgiversary.
That's awesome.
Which is awesome. She looks
amazing. Mm-hmm.
Incredible. And also, Courtney, VSG Redesign Me, had her plastic surgery this week, so I want to give her a shout out. Oh, and our Amy had surgery on Monday. She is doing well. She's recovering.
I love you said our Amy, because that's true.
I know, she is our Amy. Mm-hmm. But she lives way closer to you, and that makes me really sad.
Yeah, you should be very jealous. Everybody should be very jealous.
Super jealous. Lindsey Michelle Kalning I'm sorry if I'm butchering people's names. I consider Sarah like a very close friend, and I have been butchering her name forever, so don't take it personally.
Everybody does. It's cool.
Lindsay got a surgery date of 9/29/16. She has a YouTube channel that she started. It's called Lighten Up Linz, Linz, to start making videos. Here's another name I'm going to butcher. Sorry, guys. Janice Thomeyer just got out of the hospital. She had a mini stroke. The right side of her face, arm, and leg are effective. No cognitive issues. She's happy for the ability to think, talk, reason, and her memory is okay, and she starts physical therapy tomorrow. So I want to send her our love and good wishes.
That's awesome.
And so nice. I know. It's so nice that you get to see my cat's butt while I'm talking about that. She had surgery in October of 2015, has lost 130 pounds. Her starting weight was 318 and her surgery weight was 300. Currently, she's at 188. So anyway, she says she's blessed to be part of the weight loss community. So I just want to send her good thoughts and prayers for her speedy recovery. Caitlin's VSG journey hit Wonderland, which is so awesome. If you guys aren't watching Caitlin, do you watch Caitlin, Sarah?
I have watched Caitlin before, yes. I don't think I'm current with regular videos.
Caitlin is awesome, and she's going to be a guest on The Naked Truth very soon. I will go through that.
Awesome.
Because I just booked a bunch of people. But she cracked me up in her video like last week where she was saying she was going out with her sister-in-law, I think, and went shopping at plus-size stores and realized she didn't have to be there. I'm like, dude, you weigh less than I do. I haven't shopped at a plus-size store in like 2 years. Why are you shopping at a plus-size store? So hopefully she realized she doesn't need to stop at plus-size stores anymore.
That's a hard transition to make, though.
Yeah, but the first time you do it, you don't ever want to go back.
You don't want to go back, yeah.
Christie Luru NY had her surgery on August 22nd. She had RMY. Congratulations to her. She's been huge, like Facebook and YouTube supporter, at least of me. So I've known her for a while, but she just got her surgery. So congratulations to her. And then I have a special message from Bill Streetman that I need to pull up on my message. So if you guys don't know Bill, do you know Bill? Bill, I had on The Naked Truth last year. I met him at Obesity Help in Raleigh last year. He's the one who did like the one-handed plank with me, if you saw that picture.
Okay.
And he biked from Ohio to North Carolina.
Does he have a mustache?
And then no.
Okay.
But just look at him on my page.
That was random. Okay.
So he just completed a 468 mile bike
That's crazy.
to benefit WLSFA.
Wow.
So he raised $1,300, and you know what, people? He should be able to raise way more than that for riding 500 miles. I mean, come on. So there are still donations being accepted, and I'll post about this on Facebook. It's at WLSFA.org. If you look for the causes tab on their website, you can click on Tour for Hope, and there's a donate button in the middle of the page. He said I guess I have 1,300 friends on my Facebook page. If everybody donated $10, that would be enough for one whole surgery. So
oh, wow.
Jennifer had talked to the people at WLSFA about doing when we were in, where were we, Sarah? Nashville. About doing a fundraiser through the Naked Truth to raise enough money for a surgery by the time of next year's conference. I haven't really started it because I have some questions for them that I hadn't heard back from them on yet. But you guys, let's pay it forward. I'm like totally freaking broke, but I'm going to go donate a little bit today. We are fortunate enough to have this surgery. There are so many people who can't afford to do it. And if you can, just pay it forward a little bit. And I'll put this on my Facebook page and the Naked Truth Facebook page when we're done. So if you guys want to send questions for Sarah, I have plenty. We have, we have some that were submitted, and I have plenty for her. But if you have questions while we're talking, you can do those. You can do them in the comments because I have two computers working today. I can see the comments. Oh, wow. We already have like a bunch of comments on the YouTube video. So let me read these real quick.
Good. Oh.
Carly Go Lightly is watching. She says, hi, ladies. You both look gorgeous. I'm going to binge watch Sarah's channel now. So Wendy Allison, who's another person who's going to be on the Naked Truth from Australia, says, Bill's awesome. He's such a brilliant advocate of weight loss surgery. I can't talk. Surgery. India RNY says hello. She's watching.
Aww.
Believed after 60 is watching for the first time. She just hopes we can't see her. No, you can see us. We can't see you. Lynn Tao, is that how you say it? Lynn
Throw. Is it? It's THOW, right?
So she says, hey, she's watching. Gretchen.
She's my girl. She's the mini Patty.
She absolutely looks like a miniature Patty. She's like tiny, petite.
Yeah.
They look so much alike. Gretchen's watching and Amy's watching. She says it's lovely. She never watches live. So
I love Amy too. Yeah.
So you guys can post questions in the comments because that's active again. I didn't activate the Q&A. Join the conversation here. You can also, as always, text me your questions at, and I will say it slowly because everyone says I say it too quickly, 714-625-5663. So comment, text, whatever your questions for Sarah. So Sarah, how are you?
I'm good. I'm trying not to be nervous. I mean, I'm not really nervous, but I keep thinking, what questions is Liz going to ask me? I've opened myself up for scary, scary stuff.
I won't ask you anything scary. We talked about way scarier stuff when we were on a hangout the other night. You have so much stuff on me that I would not.
Yeah, payback. I'm going to get you back if you. No, I'm just kidding.
But so why don't we start out? And look, I just want you to know we have 27 people watching live, which is a lot.
Oh, that's a lot of people. Thanks, guys. I'm going to cry. That's awesome. I was really worried about that.
I know you were. So why don't you start out with just giving us your surgery stats and where you were when you started, what surgery you had, that kind of thing.
Okay. Well, I feel like I'm making a video now. I started my journey on April the 26th, 2012. And at that time, I weighed in at 357 pounds. That was not my highest. I honestly couldn't tell you what my highest was. I think I went back later and asked at the doctor's office, and one of the times that I had been weighed in there was like 365, but who knows if I was higher than that or not. I don't know. I mean, I don't need to be higher. That 357 is plenty. Oh my gosh. What?
You're part of the club already, Sarah. You don't have to be.
Right. Yeah. So initially I lost 180 pounds. The smallest I ever saw was 176. I really didn't stay there very long. I think it was right after I had my gallbladder surgery. I didn't realize you had gallbladder surgery. So was that as part of weight loss surgery? I mean, after you had that? Yes, I had weight loss surgery. I think I was like 16 or 17 months out when I had my gallbladder surgery. And I'd been having issues for a while, but I kept putting it off. And when they actually did the surgery, the doctor told me afterwards that my gallbladder was so full of stones, he did not think he was going to get it all out in one piece. He said the stones were just spilling out. So
And
it was
that
a
is
good thing I had that
horrible
done.
pain. I mean, you hadn't had a baby. I had my gallbladder out after I had a baby, but for me, the pain was worse than having a baby of gallbladder stuff.
It was definitely not fun. And it's so funny because it all just kind of lined up. I had my gallbladder surgery. We went on a cruise, and then a couple months later, I got pregnant. And I was so thankful that I had my gallbladder out before I was pregnant. And then I got pregnant. It was the end of January 1st. I mean, the end of December 1st of January, somewhere in there in 2013, 14. I gained about 40 pounds then. And then I gained another 10 pounds after I quit breastfeeding. And I really got messed up with breastfeeding. Oz couldn't handle dairy, and my diet changed a whole lot then. And then I've gained about another 5 to 10 pounds. It kind of varies, but I'm in the process now of trying to get that regain back off. So,
We'll talk about it. So Tanya's watching, so say hey to Tanya.
Hey, Tanya. Is she really?
Huh?
I can't believe she's watching. Okay.
I can't either because it's her daughter's birthday today. I think they have a
Yeah.
birthday party, so happy birthday to Victoria. And it's also Amy's daughter is having her birthday party today, and I don't know which daughter it is because I'm a horrible BFF.
I didn't even know that, so yeah, I feel bad.
We have a couple of birthday parties today. And then Sarah's son is coming up on his 2-year birthday, Oz.
Mm-hmm.
And just so you guys know, because we said it here first, my granddaughter is actually 1 month exactly younger than Oz, and they will be getting married at some point. So Sarah and I will actually be related. So Vivian and Oz will be married. Be prepared for that in like 25 years. But.
Yeah.
And Sleeved Mom of Boys is watching. She says Sarah's new to her, so she's going to check out your channel.
Aw.
Awesome. So you had VSG, right?
I had VSG. I'm sorry. I didn't even say that. I did. And, it's hard when you go to making those decisions. And I went back and forth about it. But basically, the whole journey got started for me because we're having issues having children. I'd been overweight my entire life. And, I mean, I weighed 240 in the 8th grade. If you've watched me at all, I say that repeatedly. I weigh less now than I did then. So I've just always been big. And I really didn't think that getting pregnant would be an issue for us. When you're big, you just think, we won't have issues. I've always been big. It's not like I gained this weight overnight. I know that sounds like stupid logic, but I really thought we would just get pregnant. And we really wanted kids.
You don't have PCOS, do you, or you do?
That's a whole issue. I don't know. They have told me, the doctor had told me that they thought that I had PCOS, and they treated me as if I had PCOS. But
do you have any of the features of PCOS? I mean, usually there are things about PCOS that you can tell in somebody's appearance, which you don't really have.
Yes, and I don't have those. I do have some crazy facial hair sometimes, but that's the only thing. I could pluck every day.
Thanks for sharing, Sarah.
You're welcome. But yes, they never did anything. But the more I researched that, I really think my obesity I had some insulin resistance with that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's basically what led me to VSG. And I pretty well picked that one because I didn't want to have any malabsorption with pregnancy. I didn't want to have it. I mean, you can have issues anyways, but in my mind, I felt like this choice I was making, I wouldn't have the vitamin deficiencies as many vitamin deficiencies, maybe. I don't know. And I have had some still, but, and I
talked about that in a video last week. I was actually kind of surprised at your deficiencies. So you're like, how far out are you? Like 4 years?
4 years out. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And anytime I've ever had, actually it'll be 5 in April. So about 4.5 years. Anytime I've ever had blood work since having the surgery, my vitamin D is almost always low and my B12 is usually off. But this is the first time my iron has been bad.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I actually didn't get the numbers on that, so I don't know how low it is, but apparently it was pretty low, so.
Okay, so just real quick, we have more people watching. See, you have lots of people watching, Sarah. You were so worried about that. So Roxana Griffin's watching. You remember her? Did you meet her in Nashville?
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, Roxana. She lives in Smyrna.
Wherever that is.
You don't know where that's at. That's that's a few minutes from Nashville. It's basically Nashville.
She says, ladies, you're both looking awesome. I'm super excited to see Liz smiling, and Sarah, you are hilarious, always making me laugh.
I love her. She's a good girl.
Ria Reloaded is watching. She says, kisses to both. Esther VSG Track says, hi, ladies, love the show, and I'm stoked that I'm seeing it live. Tanya says she didn't expect to be home this early, but is happy she made it, and so are we. Mama RNY says, you both look gorgeous, love the show. And she has a question, so I'm just going to throw it out now, even though it's like not Florida. We have other questions, but just because it's in the Sarah, what's been your biggest obstacle during your weight loss journey?
Probably just keeping the weight off. I mean,
you guys may not have watched Sarah's videos, but Sarah is somebody who just is like so on it. I mean, you try really, 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 really hard.
I know, and it's killing me. It's killing me. Tanya has this saying that, and she said it the other day in her video, that it really sucks that she has to work this hard to be this chubby. And she's not chubby at all, but that's exactly how I feel. And when I make videos, the things that I tell people, it's so true and so honest. And I know people are thinking I'm lying when I make food videos.
I tell you that nobody is thinking you are lying.
I know, but sometimes I think I'm lying. I'm like, how can I be this?
Come on every day and lie about it. I mean, you just stop making videos.
Yeah, I guess. Nobody. That's what I would do too, probably.
Nobody's sitting there thinking, oh my God, she is such a liar. I know she is really eating a dozen donuts and drinking champagne in her bed.
Well, it's so funny because in the beginning, I was just telling my best friend this today, that sometimes I went through this phase.
Wait, you're what?
My best friend that lives here. I know. I was watching, I went through a phase where I wouldn't sub to new people because I was pissed off at them because they lost weight so fast and so easy. And I felt like they were judging older people. Because I can remember watching videos and people were like, oh, I'll never eat that. Oh, I'll never do that. Oh, I'll never gain the weight back. And I remember thinking that. Oh, I won't. I mean, I may gain some weight, but I won't gain 60 pounds. And then here I am, and it's hard to get back off and doing everything in my hands that I can do. And then,
I remember one time, my actual video for this week, my update video, the topic's going to be the different stages of being a weight loss surgery YouTube Facebook
person. I love it.
And I still remember, and I'm so shamed by this, the day Tanya posted something on Facebook where she said somebody was asking something about how many calories people ate. And I think she even just said 1,200. It might have been 1,700, but I think it was 1,200. And I'm like, I can't imagine ever eating 1,200 calories.
You think that stuff. You absolutely think that stuff in the beginning. You think that there's no way. Because I can remember. I can remember eating like 300 and 400 calories, and my sister-in-law freaking out. She's like, you have to have like 800 calories in your diet for your heart to properly work. I'm like, well, all I'm telling you is this is working for me, And then I think now I'm like, gosh, I'd be a basket case if I ate 300 calories.
I think you have been eating too few calories for a while.
Yes, and I think that's probably been some of my issue. That I think that's why this current life change is hopefully helping, because I do better when I eat more calories for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you were overweight pretty much your whole life.
Listen, right? I chunked up between 2 and 4. I tell everybody that. It's true. I was so cute and skinny. And then somewhere between 2 and 4, I just chunked up.
Okay. So how do you, and we've talked about this a little bit, but how do you feel like that impacted you in your life? How did you deal with that, or did it impact you?
Well, I will say this. I had and thankfully, I'm so blessed. I had a very unusual obese childhood, I think. I know somebody somewhere, I'm sure, made fun of me. But I was always a very confident person. I got that from home. My parents constantly told me how good I was, how beautiful I was, how smart I was. It didn't matter how big I was, that kind of stuff. And weight was never really discussed in my home as far as being negative. In saying all that, I was like 16 when I think I went on my first real diet, and it still wasn't a diet. It was more of just I really wanted to be healthy.
And it's so different in the South. I mean, particularly having like lived in the South and lived in California. I mean, it's just so different. The way you eat is very different.
It is. And I always had lots of friends. Of course, I went to small schools. And I never had trouble making friends. I never had trouble. I don't know. I was just always outgoing. I did everything I wanted to do. My weight didn't hold me back. The last few years before I had surgery, my weight held me back some. But before that, I mean, like rides, like we go somewhere. Of course, I'm not a hugacious roller coaster rider anyways, but that kind of stuff. Or we were supposed to go exercise and I didn't want to go because I was 400 pounds and exercise was uncomfortable. I didn't want to walk. I didn't want to walk with my best friend. You
ever feel like, and this has just been, I don't know why it's just coming clear to me now. It's like, I didn't even know what I didn't know that I was missing out on. I mean, things that I thought were okay. I didn't even know.
Yeah. Well, even like things of course, I had a job where I was in and out of the floor all the time. And I always crawled around and did active stuff with the kids. What?
I was going to say, that sounds interesting where you have a job on the floor where you're crawling around.
Hush. But I always, I was always crawling around and doing stuff with the kids. But it's so funny how much more active I am now. Even when I was active then, it's just easier for me to jump out of the floor,
Yeah. I mean, you just couldn't. I didn't realize how tiring it is to lug around that much weight.
But I think when I got to college is when I first realized that I was bigger. Before that, it didn't matter. And I had friends in college too, but I don't know. I just did not have the negative impact that you hear so many people talk about.
So the real driving force behind you having weight loss surgery was because you wanted to have a baby. Mm-hmm. You have a beautiful, sweet, cute little baby.
He's pretty good.
Not so little anymore. But,
no, he's a big boy.
Did you go directly to weight loss surgery, or were there other things that you looked at along the way?
I had done. Of course, I was older now, and I had been on and off diet pills.
Sarah, how old are you? I don't actually even know, if you don't mind saying.
Oh no, I don't care. I am. Let me think about how old I am. I'm 36. Okay. I had to think about that. So I'm 36.
God, it just kills me when I have friends who are the same age as my stepkids, where I think of them as my peers, where I think of my stepkids as mine.
Well, I don't think about it either. Although I know I always make you feel old when I'm like, wait a minute, how old are you? But yes, I've been on all the diet pills, and I had. I know. Let me tell you this. Right before, so the lady that we were seeing, the nurse practitioner or the OBGYN we were seeing, trying to get pregnant, she had suggested weight loss surgery, and I was like, no. She suggested it again, and I talked to Ed, and Ed was like, no. And then we went to a couple seminars, and then I talked to my parents, and everybody was like, no. And then they realized how much, how important this was, and we really wanted a baby, and I felt like this was the way that was going to get us there, and I needed to be healthy too. But the 6 months pre-op diet that you have to do,
6 months.
I had 6 months. I had made a promise to myself that if I lost weight at all, and I'm not talking like lots of weight, I'm talking like 10, 15, 20 pounds, I would not have the surgery because I didn't want to have the surgery. And I always ate fairly well anyways, but I was rocking it out. I was really strict. I was working out. I had gotten a gym membership in September, before I had surgery in April. And my cousin was what's the person that helps you work out? Trainer. He was a trainer. And so he hooked me up, and I was working out all the time. And I said to myself, if you lose this weight, and I really thought I would lose some weight and I wouldn't go through the surgery. I didn't lose a pound. I think I even actually gained a little bit.
In the 6 months. See, I really do.
There's something wrong with me.
Yeah, I don't mean it that way, but there are a few people that I've met along this process who I do not do everything right. I did not do everything right. And then I look at these people like you and some other people who do absolutely everything right and have such a struggle. Because I feel like pre-op, all I had to do was not drink a Coke and I would lose 10 pounds in a week. I wish I could do that.
See, well, I already was not I've never been much of a soda drinker. I mean, there's so many, because people had told me when they found out I was having surgery, I had several people say stuff to me like, if I ate what you ate in a day, I would lose weight. I mean, and it's that way now too, but and it worked out because I really would not have had the surgery. And that was the best thing that we did, I've done for myself. So it worked out. But I hear people, I watch videos and people are like, yeah, I lost like 50 pounds before I had surgery. And I'm like, wow. Because if I had done that, I wouldn't have had surgery.
Yeah. We had to lose, as part of our program, we had to lose 10% of our body weight, they said, before they would approve us for surgery. Mm-hmm. And I really did that with very subtle changes. I mean, over time. And I just hear the things you post that you eat, and it's like, that is, you are on the struggle bus.
I am. But I really think, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's metabolic. I don't know if it's genetics. I don't know if it's hormones.
Well, it is genetic. I mean, they can actually if they wanted to, they could do a genetic test on you and see pre-weight loss surgery but if you were going to lose weight faster and more after surgery than other people. I mean, there is a genetic.
That would have been awesome.
To that. I mean, I don't think they do it, but I know that I was one of those people, mm-hmm. and not everybody is. And I think that has to be really frustrating. And one of the things about you that is just so amazing is you just keep plugging away. And
some days better than others, but yeah.
So Tanya had a question for you on the Naked Truth page, which was, Sarah has worked so hard, and she's had more than her fair share of challenges, yet she never quits. Where do you get your drive and motivation to keep trying?
She is going to freaking make me cry.
Well, you can't be on her crying.
I know. Well, it's going to sound it's super cheesy, and I know not everybody wants to hear it, but I have a really strong faith. And I'm telling you, I'm going to cry. I would not be where I am right now if it wasn't for God. And I know a lot of people frown on that and they don't want to hear it.
I don't frown on it. I think we have a different perspective, but high five. I totally.
But I'm telling you, it always frustrates me sometimes because my timing and God's timing are not the same thing. And so I've had to learn that the very hard way. And now I have a motivation of Oz too. And Ed and I both have a weight issue. And it just kind of runs in my family, and he's going to have those issues. And I so badly want to empower him. He's going to get at home what he needs. But I want to teach him to make the right choices. And, I think the world is cruel, and I'm probably lucky that I grew up in the day and time I did. Because I think if I had grown up in the day and time now, even with my sparkling personality, I probably would have been made fun of, and I probably would have been mistreated. Maybe, I don't know, because people are so mean and hateful. And I have a friend who doesn't live near me, but she posted on Facebook last week that she had her little boy started kindergarten. He's very big. Her whole family's very big. Her husband actually has giantism, and but they're just. And she's really overweight, and the kid is too. But she was talking about how that he wouldn't tell her why he didn't want to go to school, and he finally told her, and she never said. But I know that's what it was. And she was talking about how mean the kids were and how bad they make fun of her, and it just broke my heart. And I keep thinking, I don't want that for Oz. I mean, they're going to make fun of him. Kids are going to get made fun of for something, but I just don't want it to be weight. So I had that force too. I just don't want him to. I'm not embarrassed about being an overweight parent, which I guess I probably should be, and there may come a time that I would be, but I'm going to be really active with him, and so maybe he won't, even if I'm not back at 180 pounds, maybe he won't.
I just rewatched, it popped up in a Facebook memory yesterday. When I first started out, I did a video with my son when he was still at home.
That's one of the first ones I watched of yours.
And he was, I watch it now and I realize, number one, I'm talking for him all the time because that's what I do. And number two, he was probably saying the things I wanted to hear, but I really don't think all the things that I thought were a big issue for him were a big issue. He's like, nobody cares about your parents. You don't have to focus on your parents. But what bothered me was when, he's 18 and he comes home after Christmas, and I'd already had weight loss surgery and lost enough weight, and I was like, you want to go to Disneyland? He's like, Mom, I thought you hated Disneyland. I'm like, I didn't hate Disneyland, I just couldn't do it, and I was embarrassed. And you know, but it's all those things that I miss that you are not going to miss with your son. And,
well, that's what I hope. And that really is, you know, that's what I want. And I want him, you know, that's it.
And
so
I just
that's
realized I actually sent my son a Facebook message that he's never going to talk about because we don't talk about this kind of stuff. But a post came up during the week that showed like 3 pictures of me. Like one of them was like my photo that started me. It was at my stepdaughter's wedding where I was like, holy fucking shit, I have to do something. And then it was like August 25th, 3 years ago. So August 25th, 2 years ago. So after I'd had surgery, but just barely, August 25th last year. And then it just so happened that day last week, I had taken a picture of myself doing a handstand at
you
the
look tiny
gym.
in that picture, by the way.
I know, it's crazy. And I sent that to him and he was like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you, Mom. And I was like, you know what? I am just so the happy, this, other than being his mom, this weight loss is the thing I am most proud of in my life. And that I could show him that I could do this hard thing that was my thing forever. I mean, is just like my thing that I am most proud of in my life.
That's awesome. And you should.
And your son is never even gonna know that you. Stop.
I won't. I promise. I'm gonna try so hard not to. Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
Stop. Okay, and let me go to some of the other questions just because I have 9 million questions for you, and I want to make sure I at least get the ones that people have. So Takesha, Positive Girl Gets Fit, who is another person who's going to be on The Naked Truth soon, says to you, I will have to say that your videos keep me going. You are always open and honest about your ups and downs throughout your journey. No question, but I do hope you know how amazing you are. Love and hug. I
love you. I do love her. And I think everybody feels like they bond with her, but she is my sister. She is my soul sister.
She has such a bright light, and you have that exact same light.
I tell you what, it's God, people. I'm telling you. She is my sister, and she's just a good person, and she works it out. And so many good things have happened for her. Yes. Whew. Yeah. She's blessed. She is a blessed girl.
Now, you don't live that. She lives in Tennessee, too, right?
Yeah, she does. She's not that far from me. I know, and there's like a handful of us that actually, live. I say handful. There's a bunch of people that live in Nashville that I keep saying, how am I coming to see y'all? But I haven't done it yet. So I need to. But I did get to meet her and Roxanne when we were at WLSFA. Yeah.
So let's talk about meet and greets just a little bit.
All right.
So I know I had watched your videos. I don't even know how I found you because you didn't subscribe to me. And usually, unless it was somebody recommended, I only subscribe to people. But I think somebody threw your name out as somebody to watch of their favorite YouTubers. And that's when I started watching you.
It could have been anybody because I'm so famous.
We're so famous. But it was right after you had your son. I mean, it was pretty early on. But the way I got closer to you was you had made a video about going to WLSFA and being nervous because you didn't know anybody.
Yes.
And Amy and I were talking about that when we were in Chicago for my 50th birthday. And we're like, we need to text her right now. We need to start talking to her right now. And so that's what we did.
I'm sure glad you did.
And then I still wasn't that close to you. And then I had put out before I was going back to Bentonville in Arkansas, I was like, okay, guys, I have like a day that I need to like have a place to stay. Does anybody want me to visit them? And you responded to me. I remember like when I was like right in the middle of helping Brian move. You're like, oh yeah, totally. Come stay with me.
Yeah, I loved it.
And you were just like such an absolute delight. So there's a meet and greet coming up here in Southern California. And there are it seems to me that there are a lot of new people coming to this versus a lot of the, more veterans. So tell people about that experience for you and how to make yourself more comfortable going into it.
Just put yourself out there. I think it's so, well, first of all, if you're not making videos, you need to make videos or at least comment on videos. Because there's so many people that you think that don't know you or that you don't know them and it doesn't even matter.
You were like one of the most popular people at Nashville?
Well, this is my theory on that. Here's my theory. So my theory is that it's because I'm old school. So I'm 4.5 years out. So there was a whole bunch of us that came in pretty close to the same time. You didn't really know a lot of those people that well. And those are the people that I knew. So it seemed like I was really popular. Well, there's all these new people that I got pregnant with Oz around that time, and I kind of mentally checked out. I was still making videos, but I wasn't subbing to anybody new. And all those people knew you. And then they were like, wait a minute, why don't I know her? And how's it that she knows those really popular people that are really old? Anyways, that's my theory on that. That's why I seem so popular.
Well, I think part of it is just because of who you are as a person. I'm just saying it's not just about that.
I think you just love me a little bit, but I'm going to take it anyways.
And because when you day drink, you were hysterical.
It's because Mama don't get out too much, okay? So sometimes you got to have a glass of wine. Oh, geez. But it was so much fun.
Any other advice for people who are just coming into that? Because there are a lot
just put yourself out there. I mean, just talk to people, strike up conversations. Because I do think, I was so nervous about it. And had it not been for you and Amy and Patty, I probably would have had a heart attack. But there was way more people there that I was way more closer to than it's way more closer even. I don't know. I said it anyways. That I didn't even know. I don't know. There was so much more of a bond there with people. I don't even know. And people that had always made comments on my videos, but I'd never seen them or talked to them before. I don't know. You go up to people. It's just great. And I think if you have the opportunity to do it. I think it's just awesome. Just got to meet so many people, and it's just
I don't really think those true friendships develop until you meet somebody in person.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
So
and I don't think anybody's fake necessarily on their videos, but it's so funny how you see somebody and you think you know somebody and you're going to connect with somebody, and then you don't really. But then there's other people that you thought, I don't know if I'm really going to like this person, or I just don't know. And then you meet them and you're like instant connection. You know what I mean? I can't even think of anybody specific off of my head, but there was just certain people. I don't know. You just
not everybody. And I think this is something that people should be aware of before they go into meet and greet for the first time is, those of us who have been super morbidly obese our whole lives probably have a few issues around social thing.
Yeah.
And where someone may be very outgoing, in their videos, they may get anxious in a situation where there's all these people. So
yeah.
And it's also, it is a little weird when somebody knows everything about you and you don't know anything about them. So
yeah, because people will come up to me and say, oh my gosh, I love you, and I always come on your videos, and I love Oz. And it dawned on me for a second. I was like, they know Oz. Like, I realized for a second that I do this. I put myself out there. I'm like, I hadn't really thought that through.
That leads into it because I think I do it way more than you do, but I'm like a bit of an oversharer, particularly lately on my videos. But Rhea Reloaded has a question. Speaking of crying, who do you think has cried more in videos, Sarah or Liz?
Oh, I was going to say you, but I have been making videos for a very long time. It'd be a tie. I'm telling you.
So just only because you've been making videos longer than me.
Oh, but if you keep this up, Liz, you're definitely going to win.
No, I'm done crying. Honey, I am so done crying. And Gretchen, I just have to say I must have given her a raise this week in what I paid her, because her comment is, Liz, you're the youngest 50-year-old I've ever met.
Oh, it's true.
So, and she also says, for you, Sarah, trust me, Oz is watching everything you do, even at this young age. My 5-year-old says, I'm more fun now. You are a fantastic role model for your very lucky son. And you're going to be amazing. You're going to be an amazing mother-in-law for my granddaughter.
We're going to have so much activity and fun together.
So much fun. So Sleeved, Sleeved After 60 posted that she's planning for surgery, but she's been dieting for 50 years. From what I hear in videos, eating disorder is not often mentioned. Not sure why it's not. It's not like we become 100 pounds overweight because we don't know about nutrition. Most people I know who are morbidly obese have a PhD in nutrition and weight loss. Yeah. It's not because we don't know how to eat. We can't keep up with loss. Yeah, it's very true. But it's also the one thing that I noticed, because I definitely have used food to cope with feelings forever, is after you have weight loss surgery and you go to do that, you are very much more aware of it, which leads you to be able to work through it a little bit and make a decision.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Do you feel like
it's a weird spot to be, huh?
Do you feel like you emotionally eat?
I would have told you no, probably before weight loss surgery, but but yes, absolutely I do. I probably should have done some therapy. I have not done that. But there's a lot. I mean, the mental part of it is way harder to me, even though I'm saying I'm struggling to get 50 pounds off. But the mental part has been way harder, I think, than anything else. And I think that comes along with emotional eating and just.
So I've asked like 5 of the questions.
Oh.
And I have like 100 more. And we're like we only have 14 minutes left. So.
Oh my gosh, are you serious? Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to do the Facebook questions real quick that we still have. And then I want to talk to you about what you're doing now.
Okay.
To work on this regain. And then if we have time for more stuff, we will.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna throw this question out there. Well, it's not a question. Yeah, I guess it is a question. So beautiful Alicia says, "Can't wait to see you. Will you sing a song, please?
Tell her
give Elizabeth permission to post my karaoke video from Nashville."
Oh, you guys! I'm not singing. I love you though. Tell her I love her. I can tell her I love her.
Amazing. Okay, I have to tell you at this. I don't know, what was it, like the lesbian lipstick bar or something?
I didn't realize this. Yeah, good times.
Who knew how many amazing singers we had in our group? But Sarah, you just freaking owned it. Can I post that? Can I post that video?
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay, so I'll post that later, you guys.
It was actually horrible too. I'm so off. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. When it's karaoke, it doesn't matter.
Started day drinking that day around 10 o'clock, and that was probably 10 o'clock at night.
I didn't stay much longer after that.
No, Amy got you home safely.
Yeah.
Gretchen wants to know what your favorite NSV has been.
Having a baby. That's my favorite. I know that's cheesy, but it's true. I mean, that's what because every time I think about goal, I'm like, oh, crap. When am I going to hit goal? And then I have to stop and I'm like, hello, you did that 2 years ago,
Right.
That's what this was about for me. It really wasn't about a number or a size. Yes, I would love to have those things. I would love to be in a certain size or be a certain weight. But in all honesty, it was just Oz. I mean, that was my victory.
Where did this name come from? Oz.
Well, my husband's granddad, his name is Osler Simmons, and that is a horrible name. And we had thought about naming him Osler and calling him Oz, and we just both hated it. But the more we talked about naming him Oz, we were like, gosh, I just really love Oz, and it just stuck. So that's it. I also really love Judy Garland, and I also really love The Wizard of Oz, but that is not why he is named that. But everybody thinks that.
What's his middle name?
Morgan, which was my grandmother's maiden name.
Very nice. My first husband, I think his grandmother's name was Ruth, and I was like, that is such an old lady name. That I was like not into that name at the time, and that's what he wanted to name a baby. And then turns out my son-in-law's grandmother's name is Ruth, so her name is Vivian Ruth.
I love Ruth. I think that's adorable.
It is beautiful. It is beautiful. Mm-hmm. Okay, so tell us about. So you got pregnant. You gained weight during pregnancy, which is expected.
Yeah.
He has does he have a dairy?
He does. We have a dairy. I honestly, we have not. He has to be 2 before he can be actually tested. But we had a lot of reflux issues. We have a lot of choking issues. We have a lot of suck swallow stuff going on when he was little. And at first I thought it was just reflux, but it just kept getting worse and wasn't getting better. And I was breastfeeding, although he wouldn't latch on, which is another issue. I really think we have some oral stuff going on too. That's just from my background of working with children, but
like apraxia or something, or you
just some issues. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he just was having issues, and I don't know where they come from or why, but we what was I saying? I'll lose my train of thought. Anyways, he so had this dairy sensitivity, so I had to completely wipe out dairy. And when I was most successful with losing weight, probably about 85-90% of my diet is dairy. So it was a really hard transition. And that's when I gained not most of the weight, but that's when I really started gaining weight. Was I was just geared toward, because I had to pump all the time, and I was focusing all my energy on just making this breast milk. And I quit thinking about how many carbs were in something. I was just eating a buttload of sweet potatoes, because sweet potatoes were supposed to be good for producing milk. So I was just,
and they taste really good.
Gosh, they're delicious. I haven't had sweet potato in a long time now. But yeah. But that's really what happened. I seriously, because Bree's my best friend's always like, you know what? You didn't have any issue. I mean, obviously I overate some when I was pregnant, but especially toward the end, I started letting myself have whatever. But it really was when I was breastfeeding. I just was eating whatever I had to make sure that I had enough milk for Oz, which is an excuse, but it's true. And that's what happened. So here I am, just trying to get it off.
So we came back from Nashville, and we started a little accountability text group. I don't remember how long it lasted. I think it was me, you, and Patty and Amy, right? And every day you would post your stuff, and I was like, Jesus Christ, she's eating like nothing. I mean, you were eating like 800 calories, right?
I know. Because Amy kept saying, I don't understand how you can eat so little. I'm like, I don't know.
He eats like 1,700 calories, and she's the thinnest of all four of us.
I know.
So you were doing that, but it wasn't necessarily keto.
No. And I mean, in all honesty, low carb and keto is not that different, except for the fat increase.
Yeah.
And I never really paid that much attention to my fats until now, but for the last 18 days, that's what I've been doing. And I don't know. Of course, a lot of people frown on that. Tanya and I both have been doing it.
I know you say that, but it's like, I don't hear them. I mean, I feel like that's a pretty common diet.
It is, but I think people think it's a fad diet and it's something you can't stick to. And I don't know long term what it's going to look like, but I'm not unhappy with it right now. And I'm telling you, I've only lost 7 pounds.
Only 7 pounds. How long has it been?
I weighed this morning. I've lost 8 pounds. I mean, yes, I know. 8 pounds
in 10 months.
You can lose 8 pounds overnight. Don't talk to me like that.
Okay. So, whatever. I can lose 8 pounds.
No comment.
My diuretic prescription runs out. But, I mean, my weight is like 200. I haven't lost 8 pounds from that.
Yeah. Well, anyways, but there are some changes in my body. And when my in-laws came today, who haven't seen me since June, she made the comment about she could tell that I had lost some weight. And it's not, I mean, most people don't know I'm doing this, but, you know, my best friend has said something to me several times. I mean, she knows. But she's like, I'm telling you, I don't care what the scale says, you're losing weight. And my clothes are fitting different.
So what is Define Keto? So I think I heard Tanya posted a video, I don't know, I watched it yesterday, I don't know when she posted it, but that she is also doing keto, and you guys have been, you know, sort of doing that together. And I think that she is less than 20 net carbs a day.
Yes, that's what I'm doing too. And so it's moderate protein, high fat, and low carb. So it's basically just keeping your carbs under 20 any day. And if you research low carb, that's usually for under 100 for most people.
Yeah.
So that's a lot less.
Yeah. So are you, now that you're eating more fat, because that's the only way, when you would talk about what you were eating and you would say, how can I get more calories? I mean, to me, based on what you were eating, the only thing I think of is like eat stuff with more fat, which I have never, I mean, I eat tri-tip. It has a lot of fat. I mean, I eat meat with a lot of fat on it. It hasn't been an issue. So how many calories are you doing now?
Excuse me. My calorie is set for 1,500 or 1,600. I should know.
That's like twice as much as you were eating before.
I know. You'd think I would know for sure. I think it's actually like 1,580 something. And I have gotten that, not every day, but most every day. And when I haven't gotten it, it's still been like 1,300, 1,400.
That's awesome. Because I don't know how you were.
I honestly, I don't know. I wasn't increasing my fats. I know that. Because I was just eating really low carb. I haven't eaten any fruit at all since I've been on this. And again, I don't know how long term I can keep that up. I'm not a huge fruit eater, but if I want an apple, I don't want to not be able to say, hey, you can't have that apple. But yeah, as
so
far as the carb part, that's not really that different. I was already not eating bread.
Yeah.
Or pasta.
So look at this. I only got through like 1/10 of the questions I had.
That is so funny.
And it's already been an hour. So I'm going to ask just a couple quick things. If you had like one tip for newbies who are starting out, what would it be?
I always tell people to make YouTube videos, get involved. I really think that's important. I think it's been key in my success and keeping me accountable. Because I didn't say that a while ago when Tanya asked that question, but really, you guys keep me going. I mean, that's because when I thought about quitting, people were like, "Don't quit. We love you. Come back. You're real. You're us." So that would be YouTube. And nobody in my area does that, by the way. But I'm always like, you need to do YouTube.
Right. And what about a tip for somebody who's struggling with regain?
Man, I don't know if I have a tip. I was going to say I'm so sorry. I say do your research, and if you're really struggling with regain, I had been telling this to a couple people recently. Do your research. I researched the ketogenic diet for probably 6 to 8 months before I did it because I just kept thinking you can't do that. We've got a little kid at home. You're constantly gone. You're crazy all the time. But really do your research and really think about it. I really think there's something to it. There's a lot of like health studies that go along with that, and there's some good benefits from it. So, okay, that's what I would say.
Is there anything that you want to say that I haven't asked you?
I love you.
I love you too. Okay, so I'm going to do our Inside the WLS studio questions.
Awesome. Okay.
You ready for that? Sarah doesn't watch The Naked Truth, so she probably doesn't know what these are. No.
I do too. I've watched like 5 episodes. Not 5. I've watched 3 episodes.
Are you kidding?
Seriously.
Why have you only watched 3 episodes of The Naked Truth?
I can't help it. I'm busy. I have started several. I've only watched one live, and that was with Scotty. The rest of them I've watched after. No, I watched live with Phil. It was on a Saturday.
It was, yeah.
Yes, okay. That's why.
So, what's your favorite word?
Oh, mommy.
Yes.
What's how cheesy is that?
No, it's not. And just it's like you don't realize like when the last time they're going to call you mommy.
Oh. Yes, because he started to say Sarah already. Sarah? I'm like, I'm not Sarah.
Well, it's like Sarah? I never knew when my son went from mom, like from mommy to mom. It's like, well, when did that happen? I'm just so excited that I get to go spend a week with my son. I can hardly contain myself.
That's so fun.
God, I lost the questions. What's your least favorite word?
Really? You're gonna let me say it? Moist.
Why does everybody hate that word so
much? I don't know. I don't like panties either. And I didn't want to say them together.
Cake is moist. Moist cake is good.
Not at my house. It's just really soft.
Okay, what turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
Am I supposed to answer for all those or just in general?
In general.
Funny people. I really like people that make me laugh.
What turns you off?
People that think they know everything and they don't want to even consider other options. That makes me angry.
What's your favorite curse word?
Fuck. Isn't that everybody's favorite curse word?
I have never heard you say that. You said
I did. I think that's kind of, I just thought that was everybody's.
Yeah, it probably is.
Yeah.
I was talking about
really like crazy ass bitch.
What did you just say?
I also really like crazy ass bitch. That's what I said.
My mom was talking the other day because she's from the South, and she's like, nobody says like bless your heart anymore. I'm like, oh my God, my friend Sarah always says bless.
Yes. Yeah, she's just not living in the right part of the country. That's why. Yeah.
What sound or noise do you love?
Oz's giggle. What
sound or noise do you hate?
Oh God, I don't even know. I scream. Oh, I don't talk about crying. I'm talking about screaming for no reason. It makes me want to bash my head in.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
I would like, I was an early intervention teacher for 10 years, and then I quit my job to stay at home, so I'm a stay-at-home mom. So I want to bash my head in a lot sometimes. But I really would like to go back. And my undergrad is in speech therapy. I don't have a master's. So in the state of Tennessee, I can't work on my own. It would be nice. I need to finish that. My dad keeps talking to me about it. It's not in our budget right now, but maybe one day. So.
What profession would you not like to do?
A doctor.
How come?
Because I don't know. I don't think I need to be in charge of sick people.
Well, you know, my dad's a doctor, and
yes,
as I've grown up and like talked to him, it's like, you know what? Your bad day at work, your mistake at work is so much worse than mine.
Well, yeah. Well, my dad's a nurse, and so he used to always tell me not to marry a doctor because doctors were always unhappy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if that's true, because I know some doctors that aren't unhappy, but I do think, like you're saying, if they have a bad day, they have a really bad day.
It's like, I make a mistake and it's not that big of a deal, trust me.
Right.
You make a mistake in a medical setting and it's a much bigger deal.
Yes.
If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Ooh, he's going to say, I want him to say, I'm so glad I'm here. I just want to make it. I don't care what he says to me when I get there. As long as I make it, he could just hug me or not say anything, high five. I don't care.
Okay. So I'm going to tell you guys some of the guests we got booked because I had been kind of slacking on that. Before I do that, I just want to say, Sarah, what a valuable contributor you are to this community. Stop. And I mean, you are so sweet and you are so authentic and you show up all the time. And I just think that's important. I think it's so important for people to see that so many people stop making videos when they, hit their goal weight and everything's like ecstatically wonderful and then you never see them again. And so all of us who it takes a little bit longer than 33 weeks to get to their goal need to see other people who continue to fight that fight. So I just want to say thank you.
Thank you.
And I love you. And okay. And so I booked a bunch of guests this weekend. So I want to tell you what we got going. There will be no show next week because it's Labor Day and I will be in South America and Jennifer will be doing something fun. But on September 11th, Christian Haney will be the guest for the first time.
That's going to be good.
Without her husband, Jim. And she came back from Nashville with this huge commitment to getting back on track. And she is
doing it too, man.
So looking forward to that. On September 18th, we're having Caitlin's VSG journey on. September 25th, Catherine Dodson, Sister Scaleback, is going to be on with Jennifer Bleacher. Aww. I'm going to be in New York that week. October 2nd, I was going to do, before I realized it was OH, I was going to kind of do like a virtual bridal shower for Lindsey Fly. But that's the only day that worked for her, and it's OH, and I just know it's not going to happen, and I don't want to put that kind of stress on me when I'm having people stay here and stuff like that. So maybe we'll get that later. Okay. And a lot of you new people aren't going to know who this is, but I'll post his channel so you can go back and watch it because I think we have so few men, and I think he has a very interesting perspective. On October 9th, we're going to have Chris Ragucci, Gooch Monster, on.
I'm excited about that too.
Yeah, October 16th. And you guys might not know, the newer people might not know who this person is, but she is so awesome, and I will post her channel too. Her YouTube channel was Fat Bottom Girl, Jennifer Brandman. She hasn't made videos in a while, but she is amazing, and she has like the cutest husband ever. I'm sorry, Andrew, Wendy Allison's husband, but I think Jennifer's husband is maybe cuter.
That's not hurtful at all.
No, sorry. October 23rd, Takesha Positive Girl Gets Fit is going to be on.
Wait.
October 30th, Lisa VSG English from Australia is going to be on.
Oh, that'd be good.
November 6th, C. Jane Shrink is going to be on. She's a newer person. And okay, November 13th, this person does not make videos, but she has been such an amazing commenter, and she only had surgery recently, but I just really want to hang out with her, and so that's why I wanted to book her, and that's Wendy Allison, who's also from Australia. So if you guys have thoughts on other people you would like to see, please let me know. I have another list I'm going out with to fill up for the rest of the year. We're also working on getting Dr. Weiner, Matthew Weiner, and Carney Wilson on. Those will probably be special shows, like at a different time than our regular Sunday shows. So yeah, I'm back. We're back. The Naked Truth will be back in full force after Labor Day. And I love you guys. And I love you, Sarah.
I love you too. Thanks for having me.
Thrilled.